Good morning, millennials, and welcome back to the Toast Stand. Happy
Friday. Happy Friday.
She didn't lie. It's Friday, and doesn't even feel like Friday when I've had such an amazing week.
It's such an amazing Fridays. I feel like somebody who says Happy Friday in earnest. Like I want to walk down the street and say Happy Friday to my fellow man.
I don't know if I feel like in that good of a mood, but I definitely feel like I'm saying Happy Friday in earnest. Like the weekend is ahead. I'm sad because I am leaving town today. My time has come.
She is truly. She already looked for flights to extend. They are sold out, so she is going.
You know, I'm really going.
Her bags are packed.
Jackie, you took the words right out of her mouth.
She's
ready to go. I'm standing here at the studio. I hate to wake you up to say good morning, millennials.
I do love to wake you up to say good morning, millennials.
So that's like the only thing putting a damper on this otherwise party Friday.
Yeah, but we're going to make the most of it. We're going to soak up each other's awesomeness while we're still together. Gonna soak up your awesomeness.
Now that song is sung by Sheryl Crow, Jewel.
Sheryl Crow, period.
They're all the same. Like, do you know what I mean? Like that genre.
Can't go. I don't know why you would want to go down a Sheryl Crow rabbit hole.
I don't.
Like when I think we did it a few months ago and it was fruitless. It was a fruitless endeavor.
We also have so much to fucking do today.
Yeah,
okay?
I don't want to talk about Sheryl Crow. Sorry.
No, but here's what I want to talk about. Love is Blind.
And is Sheryl Crow the one that dated John Mellencamp for a hot minute?
I don't know.
No, Meg Ryan.
Oh,
all the same.
Yeah.
Sheryl Crow is the Meg Ryan of singing.
We have so much TV to recap today. We have
do.
the Fast Five stories. I am pretty much, I want to say like sub 30 minutes all caught up on the pod episodes of Love is Blind. So
that's so crazy. Well, I'm all caught up on Southern Charm. I watched the last 2 episodes. The Bahamas are on and Sienna is off. Let me just tell you.
I saw Sienna was also making some news. Did you see her TikToks? She's like sharing receipts, Whitney text messages. She's like all on TikTok.
No.
That's why for like the Southern Charm stan in you need to get on TikTok.
What is she saying? What does she have to prove?
You know, this is like not English to me because I don't watch the show. So I don't know, but everyone was talking about it.
But like the only allegation against her is just that she doesn't like Shep. Like she just doesn't like him.
I don't think she's fighting that. I think it has something to do with Whitney.
Whitney had said that they matched on Raya. He didn't say that like they were together. He said they matched on Raya. Like,
and I think what she wanted to share was like text messages from Whitney.
Oh, like maybe Whitney was up her butt. And
like maybe it wasn't just like a match on Raya.
Okay. Whatever. I actually don't care.
I'll download and send it to you. Somebody please tag me in it and I'll send it to Jackie.
Okay. Thanks very much. I'll give you a little Southern Charm recap at the end. I watched a tiny bit of Love is Blind as I fell asleep last night, but like nothing really of note, except I did see all the stuff that you described with the golf and the twerk.
Oh, cringe.
Yeah. And that guy's going to pick her, even though the other girl maybe is the better choice, but like he's so like sexed up for her.
Mason, yeah. Now I pretty much know everyone's names, which is such a relief. And I do want to tell you, like, I'm gonna recap, and you're gonna have to be okay with the spoilers because
I don't care.
And you know what? Maybe you could just skip to episode 6. Like, I have to tell you what happens.
Like I can't do that. Just like I can't like change a song in the middle. Like I can't just like skip over whole episodes. I could, once I establish the couples, I could fast forward through couples I don't like, but like I have to do my research. I'm sorry.
Okay, fine. And I do want to say,
but I don't care about the spoilers because I don't care about the show. So go off, Queen.
To the Toasters 2 days ago who said like, Jackie and Claudia, you can't stop watching it. 1, because we need the recaps, and 2, because it gets better. I believed you, and I was right. Like, it does get better. The show is so good. Like, it's literally the dumbest, worst people on the planet being dumb and losery, and that's my joy.
Yeah.
Why I would want to strip that from myself, I don't know. I'm so happy to be almost caught up. I haven't gotten to the Instagram thing, but I can pretty much surmise based on like social media. And this particular season like is not amazing. So I'm happy. I go on Twitter and like I spoil stuff for myself. Usually I'm like really kind of precious about that. Not this time.
Yeah. It's a nice freer way to be, like not constantly
shackled,
dive and dodge in spoilers,
like burdened by the shackles of spoilers.
Dive deep, dive and dodge.
I heard there was some drama this morning on your commute.
There was drama on my commute. So now that I have my auto park button, like the world was my oyster. I was like, I could drive in New York City. I can parallel park. Like, Queen, go off.
Right.
I went to the grocery store and I parallel parked just cuz.
Nothing stands in your way.
So this morning I was like, I'm going to get the best spot in the whole village. But
the village was popping today. My spot was gone.
Your spot was gone. My spot was gone. The spot that you saved, all the spots were gone. But then I drive further down the street. I see Coachers, and there's a spot behind you. So I pull up next to Coach. I go to my screen to hit my P button and it's not there. And the car is not registering that this is a parking spot and I can't press the button if it's not registering.
So I think it needs to be like the most obvious, like foolproof spot in order for that thing to work. And like those are the spots that we could do. You know, that's when you don't need the button.
No, it was very odd that one wasn't coming up, that first one. Then I skirted around. Then they told me there was parking in the back and there is a back entrance. And it's just like, it's actually probably a few feet closer. So I tried and I did that. And then when I was in that parking spot, of course, everything was coming up P. So I don't know what happened. It definitely like makes me realize that you can't rely on technology for everything.
Without technology.
But I'll just go back to like parking in the parking lot. Okay.
Right. I heard you also use the P button in the regular parking lot though.
I did just because I was like, I wanted to do something, like prove yourself,
right.
Piece of shit. And not only did I use the P button, it backed into the spot, which is something I've never been able to do. It's
very Ben
so when
Soffer.
I get out of here,
she could
I'm
seriously
out.
just like cruise out of here.
Yeah, so that was kind of cool, redeemed itself a little bit, but no, like embarrassed me in front of my friends, in front of my coworkers. Everyone like came out of
To
the
watch
building
the
to watch
button.
the South Park, and I was gonna be like, look, Ma, no hands. And I was embarrassed, so no.
That's terrible.
So all in all, it has been a great week of commuting though.
It really has. Can I totally ask you a random question? Do you know who Robbie Hoffman is?
No.
I didn't think that you would.
Tell me who it sounds like not completely unfamiliar, so give me a clue.
It's a she. That's the first clue.
Okay, I knew that.
Okay. You know, you've definitely
She
seen
did something recently.
She was on The Good Guys.
Okay, no. What else did she do?
dates Gabby Windy from The Bachelor.
That's how I know.
I think
and
they have
people
a podcast
said that
together.
you looked like her in your sunglasses. That's why I was just on her page.
So people this week have been like, Claudia, you look like Robbie Hoffman. And Ben just met Robbie Hoffman because she came on The Good Guys and Ben was obsessed with her. She's like this former, like really Orthodox Jew who has like kind of taken on this new era of her life. She's still actually pretty religious. They had talked about it. She's really interesting on Good Guys. And she's in a relationship with Gabby from The Bachelor. I think that's how a lot of our listeners would know her.
What's her trade outside of being Gabby's girlfriend?
Stand up.
Okay, she's a comedian.
You know, she like has a job.
Okay, because you were just saying like she's a former Orthodox Jew and Gabby's girlfriend. And it's like, so how'd she end
Where'd
up on
they
the
meet?
How'd she end up on the Good Guys?
Right. Oh, true. So she
It's not like they've even had Gabby.
She has a trade. She has a skill. Yeah, no, they didn't have Gabby. And everybody was saying all week that I look like her because of the glasses, but I think she wears her hair in like a low slick back bun.
Yeah, no. I had to go look when they said that, and I saw what they were saying.
It's giving Robbie.
Yeah.
And you know what? These days, if you're comparing me to a thin person, like I'll take it.
Right.
So yes, call me Trobby.
Okay. Except like be careful with your comparisons because
Yeah,
you
I
just never
think
know when it goes down a dark, slippery slope.
there definitely could have been a time in my life where people comparing me to Tim Dillon like would have upset me. Like you're comparing me
That's
to
different.
a man.
That's different.
And-
You're just wearing sunglasses while podcasting. They're not saying like you look like him.
And also, I'm less fragile than that, you know, these days.
Yeah, but that was different. That's different than being like doppelganger. No one was saying like Tim Dillon's your doppelganger. They were
Yeah.
just saying you both podcast in sunglasses.
Yeah,
Groundbreaking.
truly.
Groundbreaking stuff.
And the stories, like if you had to describe them.
You know, it was a slow start, but they came together.
That's
And
beautiful.
Houston, we've got a show.
That was kind of like us this week. A slow start, but we came together.
I
like,
actually feel like we came out of the gate with a bang, like all week, firing on all cylinders.
It's true, we really crushed it.
Studio. Last week, like a week ago, like we were in Miami.
Games tune.
I'm in Miami, bitch.
I thought you were gonna say I thought you were gonna literally sing the clean version. I'm in Miami Trick.
I didn't even know that that's the sub.
I just saw the cutest video. Actually, you know what? Who gives a shit? I take back the
Wait,
sentence.
like the thing is, we have so much to do today that we can't just like go down tangents about like a cute video that you saw.
No, and also like nobody cares about the cute video you saw.
Objection. Relevance?
Yeah, and like I'll tell you, there's a little bit more context why I swallowed the sentence, but like I'm not in the mood to get into it. But like
Okay.
all in all, it's important to know when you're about to say something uninteresting. It's never too late to turn the beat around. Like it's never too late to stop sharing the uninteresting thing you were about to say. And I just did that. I'm woman enough to admit not everything I say is interesting.
Especially on a busy Friday when we're catching flights, not feelings.
Correct. I'm excited to see Romeo.
We're catching a little feelings of like missing ya.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to say goodbye to like you and Olivia's kids. I didn't know like the last time I saw the kids was gonna be the last time. Because I really was like, I'll probably extend, you know. But I didn't. And now I'm not going to see the kids. It's probably better.
I'm not big on goodbyes.
Well, here comes goodbye.
It's more of a see you later.
Wait, don't Sabrina Carpenter like ruined that.
Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. Don't smile because it's over.
And then she made
cry
a song the
because it happened.
opposite.
Yeah.
But don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. We got a beautiful week together.
It's so true. We went back to the beach yesterday. So Kristen Cavallari and Stephen Coletti coded. And we had a really nice, lovely time. We're kind of like becoming beach people.
I'm trying to tell you, bitches.
I mean, you're a water sign, of course.
Correct.
I'm not. Like, I don't love the ocean like you do. And we do live like close to the ocean, so we should go more. And I'm definitely
open.
Ocean curious.
I love that. I think
Oceanic curiosity.
And you're so natural. Like you love like, especially
It's
for your
true.
kids.
Like all the vitamins you need in this world are at the beach.
The salt water is good for your hair, for your skin.
The sun, the vitamin D, the sand. It's a natural exfoliator.
It's true. I'm surprised you don't like the beach more. And
Which
all
was
of its
why
free offerings.
It was extra crazy that they closed the beaches during COVID. Like when you think about that.
So true.
Like all we needed, like vitamin D was going to be what got you through. And instead, like we closed it off and said, stay in your house with no sunshine.
I also like didn't know you could close a beach. Do you know what I mean? It's like you can't close the air.
No, it was like
it was
a bit
crazy
much.
times.
It was a bit much.
That's another thing about The Wedding People, the book that I'm really struggling to get through, is she references the pandemic a little too much for me.
Well, if you listen to if you finish the book and listen to the redheads, we discuss that. And this, do you want me to just spoil for you what we said? Because one of the redheads was like, why did she have to talk about the pandemic? Like, it's really annoying. Like that's what happened. What are we just not going to write books between 2020 and 2022? Like we had to live it. Like we have to like talk about it. And also some of the things that happened like during COVID affected people's lives in terms of like
the girl in the book. She was depressed.
She was depressed. She was the other girl's a COVID bride. She got a divorce. She became like a bit of an alcoholic.
I just think books that like reference the pandemic in a real way need to have like a little symbol on the front, so I know to stay away from them. Like, yes, I lived it, and that was enough for me. Those stole some of the best years of my life, and I don't want to fucking read about it.
I'm open to things that like represent it in an honest way about like how it really changed people's lives. What, we're not going to write books about like World War I because it's a drag? I don't think so.
Okay. I'm glad you brought that up. I don't think like people who lived through World War I were picking up books about it a few years later. That's what I'll say. Like time and place. It's not the time. Maybe our children will want to read about the pandemic.
I don't think they will. Like if
people in World War I might have said that too, that our grandchildren are going to be reading about this terrible time.
Yeah. I don't. So anyways, I actually didn't mind it considering I don't like reading about the pandemic. Some of my least favorite books were about it. But like that's what happened. We've got to talk about it. If like you were a young person, if you were like a relatively young person, like during that time, like your life changed in some way. Maybe you had a breakup. Maybe you had a divorce. Maybe you became an alcoholic. Maybe you became depressed. Maybe you're a COVID bride.
Maybe you lost weight. Some people lost weight.
Maybe you gained weight.
Well, we did.
So like, I actually liked the way that she did it, considering it's could go either way.
Should we dive in?
To the stories? Oh, yes. But I also just wanted to say something about what we were talking about yesterday about the Mabius family, because I think after yesterday we thought that like was the beginning of the end of the story and like the grieving could begin. But then last night it came out, they were identifying all the bodies that came back from Gaza yesterday, and the babies were positively identified. The mother's body was not the mother. It's just some like random woman.
They can't identify who it is.
Doesn't match the DNA of any female hostage, even the bodies that are still there. So,
and then they confirmed this morning, Hamas, like, yeah, we did that. Like, that's not her, we know.
Where is she?
I have no fucking idea.
So it's not over. And I feel like some influencers maybe like breathed a sigh of relief yesterday if they like got away with never posting about it. It's not over. Like the world needs to put so much pressure and speak out. Like, where is Cherie Bibas? Like, as much as I saw 40 million people post all eyes on Rafa,
they don't even know what that means.
They don't even know what that means with their AI generated
bullshit
photo. Where is Cherie? Influencers, you are not off the hook.
100%.
Speak up now more than ever. And it came out that also the babies were killed by their hands.
They weren't shot or anything. Like they were killed.
They were murdered with their hands.
Yeah.
A month after they were taken hostage. So you're not off the hook. Keep up
the energy.
Sorry. We'll keep up the energy. How about you guys fucking start?
Yeah.
Because I'm sick of it.
No, I am too. I saw a lot of performative activism. Don't pretend to care about anti-Semitism. If in moments where it really counts, like right now.
And if you said anything about Elon and you have not said anything about this, you're the last person I want to fucking know.
100%. Like I'm 100%.
Glad we're aligned.
Do not only like speak about anti-Semitism when it serves you as like some sort of social justice warrior. When Jewish children are murdered by terrorists
in cold blood
with their own two hands, and you can't speak up, you actually have an anti-Semitism issue within, and I highly suggest reflecting on that.
And at the very least, if you have that issue, don't pretend to care about some made up shit that you saw.
1,000%.
Just stay out of it completely.
Yeah.
But hopefully you care a little bit.
No, it's such an upsetting...
Two babies were kidnapped from their home. Their mother is missing.
Ripped from their mother's arms and killed by like a couple of barbarians. Not even affiliated with
not
organized...
even like terrorists TM.
Yeah,
you know?
not affiliated with an official terrorist organization in the region. No, just like local civilians.
Just like spirited, really spirited about their cause.
So, yeah.
Now I feel like we can get into the Fast Five stories.
Do you think?
Now that that's off my chest, yeah. We can get into the Fast Five stories, and today's episode, I'm so thrilled to let you know, is brought to you by Chewy.
Correct.
You know who loves Chewy? Brewy.
And Rui. And you know who did? Rip.
Chewy. So I'm on auto ship over at Chewy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm getting Chewy every month, in addition to the things that I'm like, oh, you know what? Bruno needs a little something special
He's been through
today.
a lot.
So we get so many things on auto ship from Chewy, like his dental sticks, food, everything, prescriptions. You can connect them with your vet. Chewy is like the one-stop shop for pet supplies, period. If you're a pet parent like us, you know about Chewy. And when they say that they have everything that you need to keep your pet happy, they're not messing around. Chewy does not play. That's one thing about Chewy. To keep them happy, Chewy has over 100,000 products from all the brands our pets love at prices that I love. Food, treats, beds, you name it, they have it. It gets shipped directly to your door in 1 to 2 days. And not just for dogs and cats, birds, fish, reptiles, more.
That's inclusive.
Yeah, I'm sure, like your hamster.
I feel like hamsters are constantly being overlooked, and that's why Chewy does what they do.
Chewy does not overlook the hamster.
The hamster.
I've had an amazing experience with Chewy. Not only is it so user-friendly on the site, it comes in like 1 day, 2 days.
They have amazing
it's like
shipping.
Really quick shipping. I love the auto ship because I'm not going to lie, like I don't remember everything Bruno needs every single month.
Who possibly could?
But Chewy remembers, the North remembers. Chewy has everything you need to keep your pet happy and healthy. And right now you can save $20 on your first order and get free shipping by going to chewy.com/toast. That's chewy.com/toast to save $20 on your first order with free shipping. Chewy.com/toast. Minimum purchase required. New customers only. Terms and conditions apply. See site for complete details.
Today's episode is also brought to you by Shipsticks, which is like a little bit triggering for me because I'm obviously at a place in my life where I can't ski. But I took the plunge like last year and I didn't taught myself, I took a lesson, but I learned how to ski and it was so much fun. But one of the hard parts about skiing is like how much work it requires before, during, and after, like with the equipment. And Shipskis is such a fabulous company because they're just taking a lot of the treachery out of skiing. So there's so many inconveniences when it comes to bringing luggage, ski gear, snow gear when you go skiing, like the bulky suitcases, the back-breaking equipment. It's too much. And Shipskis are allowing you to skip airport stress and costly airline fees with complimentary insurance, real-time tracking, dedicated support, and on-time delivery. They really take out so much of the treacherousness. It's fabulous. They offer white glove shipping for ski and snowboard gear. You can travel worldwide without the luggage. Shipskis is delivering to 180 countries for a hassle-free, gear-free journey. Shipskis is trusted by thousands of skiers and travelers, rated 4.8 out of 5 on Trustpilot, and featured in Forbes, Travel & Leisure, Free Skier, and Inc. Right now, Shipskis is offering our listeners 20% off their first shipment when you go to shipskis.com. Use our code TOAST. That's shipskis.com. Our code is TOAST. You will get 20% off your first shipment and save yourself the hassle this ski season. shipskis.com. Make sure to use the code TOAST so they know that we sent you at shipskis.com. Our code is TOAST.
Thank you, Turt.
What can I say?
Our first story in honor of Chewy is actually giving us a lot to chew on.
Okay.
Meghan Markle is teasing her first as-ever product launch in a memory-filled vision board.
Oh, that's so funny. I saw the vision board, obviously, because Meghan's content is the first thing that pops up for me. And I didn't receive it as a product tease. I actually didn't even know what I was looking at.
So she teased that she may be releasing a raspberry spread as the first ever product of her new As Ever rebrand.
Oh, that Easter egg went completely over my head.
She took to Instagram Thursday night to share a photo of her personal memory vision board, which included 3 white As Ever labels with raspberry spread written in the center. She also hinted at the launch earlier this week when she had said, like, jam is her jam. And she shared an Instagram snap of a luscious brunch spread featuring 2 unlabeled jam jars. The mystery of the jam. But I want to pull up the vision board because there's a lot of clues. It's like kind of giving Taylor Swift, like...
It's a cork board.
It's a cork board with
different things pinned to it.
Photos, a real life Pinterest board.
Quotes, trips to the Cape.
So here are some highlights, if I may.
Please.
Top left, the biggest thing that you can read. It says, farm fresh eggs, carrots 2 ways, sweet treats. I just have one question.
How many ways can you eat a carrot?
What kind of business you in?
What kind of business y'all in? Is this a food company?
Wait, then some of the other things that are written that we can read. 1, stay close to people who feel like sunshine. Next, happiness looks gorgeous on you. Next, you cannot make everybody happy. You're not a jar of Nutella.
Okay, like now we've entered Chugalicious territory. Chugalicious millennial.
Not to spoil the ending for you, but everything's going to be okay.
I do like that quote. So,
I love you with all my butt. I would say my heart, but my butt is bigger.
Oh, risque, Meghan. Now, I'm obviously left with questions.
There's also some photos, some that look like stock photos, others that are like black and white of Meghan and her children. There's a little illustration of what looks to be Meghan and Harry, and honestly, Bruno right there. Some pancakes that have look like a little
Mouse,
man, or Mr.
Bear.
Potato Head. California 33, like a highway sign.
So it's just like kind of the aesthetic of the brand. California, natural, green, chewy.
But there is also some TIG throwbacks.
Memorabilia.
Because all of those quote cards have the TIG logo on the bottom. And then another one is like signature TIG cup, and it's a little recipe. So there's tigginess.
I really don't know what to say. Did you see the company that's also named As Ever, like getting involved? That's
of course
like so
I did.
classic.
That's classic. Honestly, this wouldn't be a story if they weren't doing that. And I'm sorry for them. It's giving Road.
It is giving.
Haley,
do you know that company went out of business?
I do know that because a lot of times when I'm affiliate linking my Road products, Road comes up first, and I click it, and they're like, "Sorry, we're not working anymore."
Yeah, when Hailey Bieber announced her skincare line, like this dress company named RHODE was like, that's our name. And people don't understand that you actually can have the same name for a company if the companies sell different things. So Meghan's trademark on As Ever Jams, or whatever the hell it is, does not infringe on As Ever NYC, which is like a jacket company.
Yeah.
But they're like obviously like loving being the victims, like posting on social media, as Rhode did the dress company as well. It's kind of people's favorite tropes to play into on social media. Like, a celebrity stole my brand.
If I had a small business and a celebrity like name theirs the same, like it's amazing for your small business. 1, it's great for SEO. 2, like then you get to make this video. They stole my brand, and then everybody
Engagement
like hears
goes
about
way up.
you and feels sorry for you, and it's a boost.
Yeah. For sure. I do feel like it's a trope that's getting a little tired, at least for me.
Yeah, when I saw it, I didn't even really register. I'm like, of course there's As Ever. Any word there, someone's trademarked it somewhere. So.
Unless it's like your name, like
Even
Monique
Rhode. I'm
Lullier.
sorry, Rhode.
No, like your first and last name, Monique Lullier. Like, okay, that one you can have.
But what if 2 women are named Monique Lullier? You can't have your own name?
And they both want to be business owners. It's just like, I think it's rare.
And what if they both want to make dresses?
But they can't. That's the point. If they're doing the same category.
And that's tough.
Now, this vision board for me did not really help in what I'm seeking, which is clarity on what the hell this brand is, because it's kind of giving hodgepodge.
It's giving like the word salad of brands, like a lot of lettuce, a lot of produce,
you have to
no meat.
Think about how much money went into this one particular post in terms of like creative agencies that they hired, social media strategy companies, social media managers, actually physically making the board. And it makes me sad because I don't know what the intended effect was, but it is not reading, at least for me. But sound off in the comments. How did you interpret this kind of Picasso?
To me, it's congruous with the mishmash of
up until
like
this point.
Branding and words and verbiage that she's put out up until this point. And until there's a product, something tangible, I will continue to ask the question.
Never stop asking why.
Never stop asking what kind of business you in. Like people need to be able to answer that question.
And let's make a prediction. Like, is this a jam company? Is that what it's supposed to be the whole time?
It's not just jam. I feel like people don't get that.
What about the final jam? Do you think they'll be serving jam?
Like, this is the first jam, and I think hopefully the final jam would be in years to come. I think it's wares, okay? Wears.
Oh, W-A-R. I thought you were about to ask me a question.
It's wears. Jams.
And?
Carrots 2 ways.
Oh, right. I forgot. Carrots 2 ways.
I think it's jams, recipes, sweet treats.
Jams, right?
The thing is, everything else is like extremely fresh. Like, am I coming to your house to buy it? Jams are obviously preserved, so that can be sold mass market. But like, is she going to can other things?
I think the carrots was like more a nod towards recipes. Like I think the TIG element will be a part of her company. Like will be some sort of like push goop online web digital recipe curator.
Or a cookbook eventually. But
Sure.
I don't want to buy your cookbook until I've seen
See
what
your
you
food.
make.
And the Netflix show is launching when?
In March.
Oh.
And then would the cookbook be called With Love Meghan or As Ever Meghan?
With Love. I don't know. With Ever as Love, Meghan.
I'm stumped.
And I don't think that was the intended effect. That's the thing. I think they hired all these like different social media companies to like tell us what's going on.
I feel like when you are a brand, like you have to put out a bunch of like things that you do your
Crap.
business, but then also nonsense, just like content,
But
things
not on
that
day
look nice.
2.
And this is like every single Instagram post that they could ever posted like on one board.
Yeah, they kind of like
And
shut their
seeing
load.
it all together like shows you that they're actually not saying anything. They actually don't stand for anything. They have no unique point of view.
Well, as always with Meghan and her companies, we'll just have to wait and see.
Though I do think it's unique to think that happiness looks gorgeous on you. I feel like that's not a universal.
Is that why you started a
statement.
podcast with me? Stay close to people who remind you of sunshine?
Exactly.
Me and my dark sunglasses, my black shirt, my black hair, my black pants.
Who feel like sunshine. You
Oh,
feel like
excuse me.
sunshine to me.
My eternal sunshine.
So, another day,
Another clue.
another clue, less clarity. More clues, less clarity.
It was Meghan in the kitchen with a knife. With a carrot.
With a mason jar.
With love.
As ever.
Ever.
So, we wait and see.
As always, Queen,
As ever.
pop off. All right.
As ever, we shall wait and see.
Orchard.
Are you ready for our next story?
Yeah.
Everyone's really excited about this. Nobody Wants This season 2 has cast Leighton Meester and Miles Fowler. Leighton Meester, the real life wife of Adam Brody, who's in Nobody Wants This, has been cast in season 2 of Nobody Wants This. And obviously, she's an acclaimed actress, Country Strong,
Super
Gossip
successful.
Girl. She will actually be playing Abby, who is Kristen Bell's middle school nemesis, who is now an Instagram mommy influencer. 10 out of 10 idea.
I love this for so many reasons. One, like the Gossip Girl connection between Kristen Bell and... Do you think they ever met? Like during the Gossip Girl days?
Probably like at premieres.
Yeah, because Kristen Bell was just doing voiceover work.
Yeah.
So she probably was never on set.
She was like in LA.
So there's like that millennial connection. Of course, it's her husband's show. Also, these two people just lost their house. Like they kind of need work.
No,
So
this is amazing for the Fosters because we were just saying like get Leighton back in the game, and now she's going to be on this hit show. She'll get to be with her husband, work with her husband. She's a great actress. I love this role. Sounds great. Like I actually might watch this season 2. Sounds so good. I might watch season 1 now.
Oh, you didn't watch it?
No,
That's so weird of you.
I know. I talk about it all the time.
You literally talked
I'm
about
like,
it yesterday.
I know.
No, you have to watch it. It was really, I told you, it was like really cute and good.
The reason why I don't watch it is because I'm worried I won't like it.
Because you hate everything.
No, I just like seen and heard some stuff and I'm worried I wouldn't like it, but like I want to like it. So it's better if I
In your
don't
mind.
confirm that, you know?
I can tell you it was good. Like I really
Would I
enjoyed it.
like it?
The thing is, like, what mood are you in? You're so unpredictable. Like, if you watched it with your husband, like, I think your husband would really like it. My husband liked it too. And I think, I don't know. You're so unpredictable. You're kind of just like this firecracker.
But I like lighthearted fare.
That's what it is.
But I don't think it's would I like it?
The thing is,
So you
we
couldn't
are
even say.
because
And the thing is, I want to
we're
like
so
it.
protective and like critical
true.
of
No.
anything that represents Judaism in modern media because it's overwhelmingly bad. But I trust Erin Foster, and like obviously, if it was my show, I could have like made different things about the Judaism. But overall, it wasn't offensive at all, and I thought it painted us in a nice light.
Okay, so I think now I will watch it, but I'm just letting you know. Up until this point, I was like worried about that, so I was like, maybe it's better if I don't watch it and I can just like talk about it. And
Yeah.
like if I didn't not like it, then I liked it.
No, I think you'll like it, and I'm looking forward to season 2 as well.
And because I need to see like the podcast. Like now it's come up in my life so many times.
Yeah. And their podcast like really takes off over the course of the show. So like now they're like big time magazine editors.
Life imitating art.
Also, I like that Leighton Meester is joining the show because now she's going to be forced to do press with her husband. And like we get nothing from them. They're like so private. And now they're probably going to be doing like junkets and things.
Yeah. And then Miles Fowler is the other person who was cast. And he is a Matzo Baller's teammate who gets set up with Morgan, who's Justine Loop from Succession and Luckiest Girl Alive.
Who is she in Luckiest Girl Alive?
The best friend in the city.
Oh,
the city
yeah.
girl.
So he's playing someone who dates her?
Gets set up. Who knows what happens next?
Okay. And Matzo Ballers, is that like their bowling league?
Is that his teammate that's not a basketball?
Oh, yeah. He plays like intramural. That was funny.
That's classic.
That's so classic, like Jewish guy playing intramural league at like a local high school basketball. 100%. Yeah, I forgot about the Matzo Ballers.
Yeah.
My husband is a Matzo Baller. It's called Hale, the league.
I feel like you told us something about Hale one time.
Well, there's two. There's Hale and Rail, the two different Jewish schools. Ben is actually, the thing that I said is that. So there's the Alumni Intramural League, ALE, for two different schools, Hale and Rail. Ben went to Hale. I went to Rail. And if you're an alumni of that school, you can join the league.
And what about as an alumni husband? Does he get to join?
No, when I met him, he was in Rail. I'm like, you're in my alumni intramural league. How did you get in there? You know, Ben, like swindler, networker, and it turns out the commissioner, they take it really seriously. The commissioner of Rail, my high school's alumni intramural league, is Abe, who I talk about all the time, his brother. So like we had a Nepo connection.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. I think also like the league is expensive to run. And if anybody wants to pay like the fee, like you're welcome to come.
Yeah. My husband just joined an intramural basketball league down here. Yeah. He plays all the time. He comes back with like black and blue marks. He's like, a fight broke out. He came home early, like early-ish, because he was like, it was usually going later. He came home early-ish. I was like, what happened? He was like, a fight broke out. I had to leave.
Okay. Actually, did I tell this story on the toast?
I don't know.
The last time Ben, so there's the season, so it's not all year round. So Ben does like pickup games. A lot of the gyms in the city have basketball courts, and like if you show up, like there's usually a game going on. And Ben got invited to a game. Oh yeah, did I tell the story on the toast?
I don't know.
And Ben got home early. I'm like, wait, what happened to your game?
This is what happened to me.
And he was like, I literally walked off the court. I'm like, oh, drama, like tension. He's like, no, somebody called me Tubby. And I'm like, what? He was like, yeah, and I wanted to like start a fight. I'm like, what am I doing here? And he just left. I'm like, that's very mature of you, but like, I seriously would have beat the crap out of the guy. And it was like someone we like loosely know, because it was like Ben's friend, this guy and
Text
this guy.
who?
I don't know. I have to remember, but I hadn't heard of him, but like he was from the community. Somebody called him
really
Tubby.
Crazy. It's like they act like they're not going to see each other at the grocery store tomorrow morning.
No, Ben literally was like, it was so mature. I'm like, what are you doing home early? He's like, I walked off the court. Like there was some drama. I'm like, what was the drama? Like I assumed it didn't involve him.
Yeah.
He was like, somebody that called me fat. I'm like, what?
I'm sorry. He needs to stay and fight.
Yeah. And then we were like looking up the guy.
Fight.
I don't know him, but I was like looking up his social media. Like literally, I wanted to dox him. Like I was so mad.
That is so crazy. See, there's drama. Anyways, that's very real, I'll to say.
It's very real.
So I'm very excited about this casting, and I do think that I'm going to watch.
Yeah, I think you should.
Bumping it up on the CP.
I think you should, on the content plate.
And I will support anything the Fosters do from now until the end of time.
Yes.
Period.
Also, the Fosters have been like making news. They're adapting Tinx's upcoming book into like, I don't know if it's a TV show or a movie, but it's like a sexy smut book about like a hot girl in the Hamptons. I love.
Her book hasn't come out yet, and they've already optioned
given
it.
their stamp of approval.
Yeah. So I'll support that too.
So can't wait to give them my money.
I don't give a fuck. I'll support the Fosters no matter what. All of them. David too.
You know what? I have a question for the Foster sisters, because you know who I've never met? Simon, Erin's husband.
Okay.
And I feel like he must be this amazing guy, because Erin converted for him.
No, and she wrote a show about him.
Wrote a show, and the whole family like loves him so much. Like Sarah's always posting, and I'm like, he must be an amazing guy.
I'm sure he's an amazing guy.
Yeah.
With an amazing girl.
100%.
Our next story is some really shocking news.
I'm gonna be shocked.
I don't know if you're ready for this.
I'm not.
The actor who played Daniel Meade has been arrested for battery, and a shocking mugshot is accompanying this story.
For anybody. Oh my God, give me the iPad.
Daniel Meade is in
Ugly Betty.
The Slammer.
For anyone if you don't watch Ugly Betty, first of all, like go do it. I think it's on Hulu.
Yeah,
he plays the guy who like hires Betty and gives her a chance, and he's like the best guy. He's like this Nepo baby.
Caleb Nichols' son.
Oh my God, if you're watching on YouTube, I'm showing everyone the mugshot. Time has not been kind to Daniel Meade.
You would have thought it would be, because
he's a handsome guy.
He's a handsome guy, and like I would just think
he has a black eye in the photo. He also looks like a resident of Whoville. Maybe his face is just like swollen. He got punched or something.
Yeah.
He also looks like he could use a gua sha, which I'm feeling a little self-conscious about because I had gua sha on my face this morning.
Everyone's talking about it.
And what are the circumstances of his arrest? Who did he assault?
I will let you know.
That's seriously so random. What also is his name?
So he was arrested in Florida on Thursday morning for
my
battery
God.
and resisting an officer without violence. He was taken into custody by officers from the Nassau County Sheriff's Department.
Nassau County, that's New York.
I know, but it literally says Florida. At 2:13 a.m. local time after allegedly being involved in a bar fight with a woman. Per the arrest report obtained by the Post. He was then booked into the Nassau County Jail.
Nassau County is also a county in Florida.
Oh, okay. I figured. Nassau County Jail and Detention Center at 5:45 a.m. on the 2 misdemeanors. The actor appeared to have sustained injuries in the alleged bar brawl, as his mugshot showed him with a bruise on the corner of his right eye. And
It's
for
like
those
near Jacksonville area, if anybody cares.
who want to see, like, this is Daniel Meade as we know him.
Correct. Wearing an ascot.
Before and after.
Damn. I mean, I guess.
And he's also like kind of in every show. This like he's
Is
very
he?
much like he's in like
Like
a
a
bunch of
character actor?
random shit. That's classic him.
Maybe, I mean, being on a show like Betty is such a curse, right? A blessing and a curse, because was like 8 years. I'm sure it was very high paying. It was so popular at the time. It like lives in infamy. And a lot of them went on to do great things. America Ferrera. I've Got Beef Between My Teeth, Justin. And Daniel Meade, Judith Light, Vanessa Williams, like really star-studded.
Rebecca Romaine.
I forgot
Caleb
about her.
Nickel.
And Mark of Mark and Amanda just won an Emmy for something. He's in a show that I don't watch.
And now they have their podcast.
They have their podcast, and he's in Younger. He was the book agent. So like everybody's booked and busy except for Daniel Meade.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what led to this turmoil.
According to the arrest report, he was at the bar with a female friend who was asked several times by the bartender and other patrons to leave because she was continuously being disrespectful. The situation turned nasty when the woman allegedly began spitting on people before turning to the alleged victim as if she was going to spit on her. When the alleged victim told the woman that she needed to leave, the woman started shoving her per the report. That's when the Cruel Intentions actor, I guess he was also in Cruel Intentions,
Be right back.
allegedly jumped into the altercation, knocking both his companion and the alleged victim to the ground.
What's his name in real life?
Eric Mabius. The alleged victim told officers that, that's also a good detail to know.
Oh, by the way, classic Cruel Intentions. Yeah.
He was in like Dirty Sexy Money or whatever.
Oh, I never watched that show, but yeah, he was on a rise to fame when like those sitcom type like
Yeah, he had
ABC,
like definitely had
NBC
a contract with ABC, and they
Yeah.
were like, "This is our next big star."
Put him in.
So he allegedly jumped into the altercation, knocking them to the ground. The alleged victim told officers that while she was on the floor, Eric got
He's
on
the
top of
closeted
her.
football player in Cruel Intentions.
Eric got on top of the alleged victim and was pulling her hair, ripping a handful of her hair from her scalp. Multiple people at the bar then pulled him and his friend off the victim.
Okay, because at first when you started reading, it sounded like he was being a hero. Like his friend was being like obnoxious, but he was defending his girlfriend. But then his girlfriend wanted to spit on another patron, and the patron was like, "Can you fuck all the way off?" And instead of escorting his friend out, he decided to beat up this woman.
Yeah, like he joined in. It was like a girl fight, and he joined in.
That's so embarrassing. Oh my God.
That's really awful.
Because we were just talking about bar fights as it pertained to Zach Bryan. And I feel like when you're a man doing bar fights, like you really need to limit your opponents to other men who,
I didn't even
who
know
are like stocky and
I
short
didn't
like
even
you.
know that this was like an option.
Yeah, me neither. Because there's etiquette around like an appropriate bar fight and how to like come out looking like a man. And when I think about bar fights, I think about, of course, Snooki. She was punched by a man. That's why it was so unacceptable. It brought the whole house together. Despicable. Oh my God, Daniel Meade. So important to separate like the act from the actor. What
Yeah.
are you looking
There's
at?
a fly.
Oh.
You haven't noticed it the whole time?
No, it's like that episode of Breaking Bad.
I know.
But you want sunglasses? I can't see the fly.
No. It comes in and out. Oh, here he is.
Here. Take a pair. You love these. You love those sunglasses.
I do.
And I tried on a new pair today.
They always find their way back to me. I actually
They
don't
really
like
fit
this
your- oh.
look.
Oh.
Like I'm not feeling it, but thank you, and that would give me a migraine. I don't know how you do it.
It is a
You
little
are
dark in
so-
here.
No, but the tightness of the sunglasses with the tightness of the headphones.
Oh, I just like of all my ailments right now, I haven't even focused on my head. I guess my head is throbbing. Yes, thank you for pointing that out.
Our fourth story. Are you ready for our fourth story?
Yeah.
Okay. Angela Bassett defends her
Did
disappointed.
the thing?
She did the thing by looking disappointed after she lost the Oscar to Jamie Lee Curtis, and she is talking about that moment. So I kind of am loving this reaction. She's not apologizing for her viral reaction after the Oscars loss to Jamie Lee Curtis. After 2 years of facing criticism for her facial expression when Jamie won and she didn't, she defended the look. She said, I found it interesting that I wouldn't be allowed to be disappointed at an outcome where I thought I was deserving. I love applauding people, but in that moment, I have put in the time, put in good work over time. I didn't think that was a gift. I thought it was a given. So she said, like, this is exactly what we're saying. Like, she thought she deserved to win. She didn't win. Ergo, disappointment. And that's what showed on her face. And she's allowed to have that emotion.
Yeah, normalize like being nominated for an award and wanting to win it. I just feel like up until this point, people in Hollywood have really been conditioned to say like it's just like you have to be so gracious when you lose, and like it's okay to want things for yourself.
Yeah,
and feel like you earned them after hard work. And I love that she's saying what we had said, but she's saying it like in a much more eloquent way. And like, yes, that's exactly what I was saying when we were talking about Casey Musgraves and then Luke Combs. Like it's been
Billie Eilish.
It's been coming up a lot. It's okay to want things for yourself. It doesn't make you a bad person.
And I actually feel like when celebrities don't have emotions over these awards and like the person who wins is kind of just expected and everyone else just sits there, it invalidates the legitimacy of the award show. Because it's like, do you never expect to win? Like, I don't know. I feel like when people actually like have hopes and they think they might win and then they don't win, it makes it more real as opposed to like when everyone's just like, oh yeah, that person's going to win because these things aren't fair.
Circumstance. Yeah, no. It's a competition. Like everybody wants to win things.
So I like that.
I like that too. And I didn't know that this is obviously like her Roman Empire, right? Like the year she was nominated. And I guess it was a really big deal because she was nominated for like a Marvel movie, Black Panther, which those movies don't really typically get like lead actor nominations.
I think she was like the first lead actor nominee for
a Marvel film.
Oscar for,
Which would have just been a huge deal. So, like, it's okay to want to make history. Like, why would anybody... I hate this whole thing. Like, just if I ever in my life got nominated for an award and I didn't win, like, I'm mad. And you're going to know. Like, I'm going to be upset. I'm also going to be confused. I'm going to be like, she sucks.
Yeah, and both for actors, but also musicians, it's like... You get the part, you do the work, you do so good, you're so close. And then if you don't win, it's like you have to do it all over again if you want to win it. Same for an actor, musician who writes an album. It's like, I put my year's worth of experiences into an album, produced it, put it out, marketed it, sang it, went on tour, didn't win. I have to do it again if I want it.
The cycle starts over.
If I want that, I have to do all that over again.
Yeah. So I champion this sort of rhetoric, and I'm just like, maybe it's the Bonnie Blue in me, but I'm just really over like supporting people, you know?
But then when I think about it that way, and that really exhausts me, like thinking we have to do it again to win the award, then I'm like, let's put less stock in these awards because you just look at things you did, all of that, and you're going to let that get you down when it's like not even a fair playing field to begin with.
That's why also those awards are tough because these are like different arts and they're subjective. Like who's to say that one movie is better than the other? Everybody has their own opinions, where it's like if other competitive things like sports, like there's an outcome, like the winner has more points. It's more linear. Whereas like putting so much stock in the opinions of these freaks who are like, you know, totally lining their pockets. It's so political and it's so subjective that like, even if you win, it's like, says who?
Yeah. Yeah. Are you ready for our fifth and final story?
If it's our fifth and final story, that's brought to you by Rocket Money, perchance?
Yes.
The start of the new year is the perfect time to get organized. You want to set goals, prioritize what matters most, and for us, a top priority is financial wellness, which feels more important than ever. And thanks to Rocket Money, my goals feel achievable. They show me all my subscriptions right in one place, and they help me easily cancel the ones that I forgot I'd been paying for. Rocket Money also pulls together all of my spending across different accounts, so I can clearly track the spending habits and see where I can cut back. I did Rocket Money, like the subscription thing, like a couple of months ago, and the way I have felt lighter than air ever since. Not only was there so many subscriptions, like VPNs I used one time that I've been paying for like $3 a month, I also had multiple subscriptions to the same place. Like that was really frustrating. So it's such a good feeling to get it out of the way. I feel like it's one of those things that keeps people up at night. Like, oh, I got to go through my bank statements and look. No, Rocket Money's going to really do it all for you. So it's a personal finance app that helps you find and cancel unwanted subscriptions. It monitors your spending and helps you lower your bills so you can grow your savings. You can see all of your subscriptions in one place. You're going to know exactly where your money's going. For ones you don't want anymore, they can also help you cancel because half the battle is finding what the subscriptions are and the other half is like figuring out how to stop paying them. Rocket Money has over 5 million users. They have saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, and they save their members up to $740 a year when you use all of the app's premium features. So cancel unwanted subscriptions today and reach your financial goals with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/toast today. That's rocketmoney.com/toast, rocketmoney.com Recap.com/TOAST. Today's episode is also brought to you by Caraway. You guys have probably heard us raving about Caraway for years. They are famous for their iconic cookware set. However, they're so much more than that. They're bakeware. They're kitchen utensils. They are cutting boards. They literally food storage. Everything in my house is Caraway. And actually, I've been noticing so many of the weddings I go to, everybody's registries are filled with Caraway. And
That's a good one.
It's what I buy most often because I use it and I know that it's really premium and it's going to last them a while. And they're just going to make dinner for their families on it. And it's a really sweet gift. And I love to see them popping up on everybody's registries. So the bakeware sets, actually, I just bought for the wedding. I don't know if I told you I went to a Moroccan wedding. She had the entire bakeware set on her registry, and she is.
Oh, it's good for Moroccan cooking, is what you're saying?
She loves to bake sweet treats, and that's our thing. We both like to eat ice cream and stuff. So I got her the whole bakeware set, and I have it. It's the best thing. I just made my famous chocolate chip muffins in my bakeware set.
Did you use our code?
When you buy the bakeware stuff individually versus the set, you can save $150. So they're always looking out for you, always saving you money with Caraway. They do these great sets, these great bundles. They have just amazing products. And of course, Jack's approved, the chemicals and all that. We're in check.
Non-tox.
It's non-Teflon. So over 70% of frying pans in America contain Teflon. 97% of Americans have PFAs, toxic chemicals from nonstick cookware in their blood. And Caraway's not about that life. So make the swap to non-toxic living today with any of Caraway's famous sets. To save you money, keep your meals clean, visit carawayhome.com/toast and you'll be able to take an additional 10% off your next purchase. This deal is exclusive for toasters, so visit carawayhome.com/toast or use our code TheToast at checkout. Caraway, it's non-toxic cookware, made modern.
Thank you, Turdy Cookware, made modern.
Oh, we also have Queenie and Weenie of the week. I forgot to say that at the top of the episode.
We do, and that's why the fifth and final story is TV recaps.
Okay, you want to go first or second?
I'll go first because Summer House is very much in the news.
It's called Southern Charm.
Summer Charm. Southern Charm is very much in the news right now. So I watched the last 2 episodes, and I'm glad that I did because the first episode was just them traveling down to the Bahamas, preparing to see Sienna. They land at the airport. Shep's calling.
My phone is talk to texting. Recap First House is very much, it's called Southern Charm Summer House. Very much in the news right now. Watch the last 2 episodes.
Nightmare.
Sorry,
it's your worst nightmare come true.
Okay, go, sorry.
So they land at the airport. So the thing with Shep and Sienna, it's they're seeing each other. They're not, Shep is exclusive, but he hasn't had the conversation with her. She goes days, I guess, without answering his text messages. And it's she's just not that into you. But he takes the whole cast down to the Bahamas. So she's kind of hosting and ghosting. I think they should have titled the episode that, but they didn't ask me.
That's a good title.
Thank you. So he gets to the airport. He has to call her 3 times before she picks up. Because she should be meeting them at the airport.
Of course, sending a car.
Right. No. Then she's I'll meet you at the hotel at 6:45 before they're going to dinner. So
where do they stay?
They're staying at the Baha Mar. The boys have the presidential suite and the girls have a suite. And actually, I'm loving the group of girls together. Taylor's you can see she's making friends. So it's Taylor, Madison, my queen. Yep. I just want to say Madison LaCroix is my queen. Just in case
she's a whole lot of woman.
Just in case I don't find a way to work that in later. My queen.
Agreed.
Taylor, Madison, Molly, love.
Molly.
And Sally Ann, growing on me. So it's just the 4 of them because Vanita missed her flight, and so she'll be there tomorrow. But the girls are really getting along in there.
Not a good season for Vanita. She drowned and she missed her flight.
Yeah, and she got turned down by JT.
Oh, right.
So the 4 of them are getting along and having fun, even though it's so weird because Taylor used to date Shep. Mm-hmm. Molly has a crush on Shep.
Shep is there with his new girlfriend.
We're all there for Shep's new girlfriend. Taylor's new boyfriend used to date Sally Ann.
Okay.
Taylor hooked up with Austin, who used to date Madison. So
yeah, it's very incestuous.
All the girls like the same guys.
That's why the show is good, by the way. That's what the Vanderpump Rules ecosystem was like for a while.
But we're also all there to meet Sienna. And she comes up to the boys' suite right before dinner. They're having a couple drinks and Shep wants to talk to her. Oh my God, Claudia, it was the most painful thing. He's wearing his fisherman clothes because he's Sienna will help me get dressed. I need her help to get dressed. This girl is not your girlfriend and she doesn't want to be your girlfriend. You should show up looking nice.
Of course.
So first of all, she comes and meets the guys, and Craig is I've never felt energy like that from another human being. I had to leave. I said, I'm going to check on the reservation. I couldn't, I can't even explain. The energy was so off.
Yeah.
I don't even know what he's talking about, but I will believe
you had to be there to feel it.
Yeah. So then the boys go downstairs. He's in the room with Sienna, he was let's go to my room and you can help me get dressed. And so his room is like a mess too, and it's like weird because he's like Craig's brushing his hair. They're so nervous.
And
to
you're
see
supposed
Sienna.
to be like impressing this girl.
Right. I don't know why he would leave his room a mess. Like he should know better than that. But literally, Craig was brushing his hair because he had hair. Like they're so nervous to see Sienna.
Yeah.
She picks out an outfit for him.
I kind of like how she's like ruling them with an iron fist, like they're afraid.
By doing nothing.
Yeah.
She
It's
picks
a powerful thing.
She picks out an outfit for him, like, oh yeah, that's really great.
She don't give a fuck.
Oh, he's like, okay, I'll put it on. So she's like, okay, and she leaves to let him try it on. His face drops because he's like, why won't you like
Your girlfriend can see you naked.
Right. Claudia, I've never seen this man's face like this in my whole time, 10 seasons of Southern Charm. Like his face drops, he's crestfallen that she's leaving the room. And he's like, don't leave. Claudia was so crazy.
Okay, but like this is kind of the journey Shep needs to go on. Like
I mean, that's what everyone's saying.
humbled.
It's a taste of his own medicine. Like every girl that he's ever been with, he never gave
Feels
them
like that.
enough. And they always felt like that. Even Madison is like, he came after my relationship with Austin for so many years. Of course, I love seeing him go through it. And I love poking at him too. Even though they're like fine now.
Yeah.
It's just a taste of his own
karma,
medicine. And
yeah.
as Taylor said, it doesn't taste so good.
Yeah, I agree.
So then they have this like really weird conversation where he tells her that he's in love with her, which he's already told her that. And then they're like, we'll talk rest later. So they go downstairs and have dinner with the rest of the group. And like, on TV it looked okay, but then the next day when the rest of the cast were recapping it, they were like,
It was horrible.
It was so weird. Her vibes are just like so weird. They don't know what she wants. And I think she obviously doesn't want to be with Shep. She's 26, he's 46. I think like
Wait, what?
She's 26, he's 46.
Shep Rose is 46 years old.
That's what they said on the episode. Maybe it's like 43, but that's what Madison said. Shep Rose age. Let me just.
I will be shocked.
44.
Okay, it's a little different than 46, but that's really crazy.
Yeah. So like obviously that's not his person.
Yeah.
And then the following episode, Vanita comes, Whitney comes, Ryan. Classic Ryan.
Okay.
It's Rodrigo's husband.
Who's Rodrigo?
He's like,
I only know the major players.
he's been on the seasons for, I never can remember his name, but then last night I committed it to memory. I was like, Olivia Rodrigo.
Okay.
So now we have Rodrigo and Ryan. We're waiting for JT to arrive. That will be, a bag of fun. But they're just having like a good time. It's definitely weird. Austin and Craig are like still fighting, like just being girly because
Yeah.
like they hate each other.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Sounds
We'll
good.
see what happens next. Yeah, and Molly's just like waiting in the wings.
Yeah, of course. She's just going to be there like a shoulder to cry on.
My queen, she couldn't go out. She had a migraine. Meanwhile, she was just hungover, but like that does manifest as a migraine sometimes. So I see you.
So let me tell you about Southern Charm. Love is Blind, excuse me. I was really close to giving up.
We need Love is Blind Charleston, but okay, continue.
We do. That's a great call. But there's a couple of like love triangles, love rhombuses that now that I know who the players are and they're clearly like leaving people behind and we know who we're going to be following this season, it's a lot easier to follow. So the first love triangle rhombus is Madison.
With Ben Platt and Mason.
With Ben Platt and Mason. Now, she very clearly likes Ben Platt better.
You think?
Yes. And in the episodes that I watched last night, she chooses Ben Platt.
Well, that's good for the show because that leaves Mason to choose the other girl.
Just wait. Okay.
Oh.
So Madison opened up. She didn't say that she like had experienced bouts of depression, but she said like there are periods where like I really like have no energy and I can't get out of bed and I like forget things. It was just like she struggles with depression. And he was like not supportive. She was like, "Is that going to be an issue for you?" And he was like, "I don't know."
Oh, when she said that she was avoidant personality?
No, they worked through that.
Okay.
They're so
I was
therapy
like, did
talk.
I miss that? I was on my phone.
I was on my phone so much. Me and Ben rewinded twice because he was being weird. We're like, wait, what is he being weird about?
She said avoidant, and then I picked up my head back up, and he got weird. So I was like, what I miss?
Yeah. So, but it's very obvious that she likes him more, and she's like going around like telling Mason that he's playing two girls. She's literally like the thing that she's mad at. She is. It's been very clear to me that she likes Ben Platt better, and it's her and Ben Platt told each other that. So like, she goes to break up with Mason, and she's being so manipulative and patronizing, being like, "You had two good things, and you might have lost both." You don't even care. You don't like him.
That's
and then
really
she's speaking
crazy.
on behalf of the other girl, and the other girl really likes him.
Yeah.
Ant Farm girl.
Yeah.
Meg. So when she gets back to the lounge and she's like, I told him like he might lose.
She's Ant Farm?
Yes. She actually grew on me a lot.
I like her energy.
She gets back to the lounge and she was like, yeah, I told him he might lose both of us. And she's like, wait, what? Like, I like him. She's just being nuts. And she's like coming at it from such like a moral high ground. I actually really do not like her
Yeah, you
anymore.
could tell there's a little crazy there.
Yes. And I actually think her and Ben Platt are perfect for one another.
I actually think they're not.
So the craziest love triangle, it gets resolved.
So does Ben propose to Madison?
Did they get engaged? Yeah.
So is Mason going to go with
Oh,
Sarah?
I'm sorry. So then, yeah, thank you. I'm all over the place. Meg is her name. So Mason,
She looks like a Sarah.
when he's getting broken up with, he does the classic thing. He's like, you know what? I shouldn't have validated you and like committed myself to you because once I said it, it really didn't feel right. Like I think Megan's my girl.
Okay.
And
say what you need to say.
And Madison was like, sure. And then he said that to Meg, and she was like, I know she wanted to believe it because she really likes him, but she had like too much respect for herself, and I really respected it. She was like, no, I'm sorry, I'm out. Like. I just don't believe you. I don't want to be the winner by default. Like that's what the one thing I promised myself when I come here is like, I want to be chosen by someone. And like you literally, textbook definition, did not choose me. So it was like a painful conversation.
Wow, no one ever does that.
I know. So I had, because they just want to be on TV.
Of course.
So I had a lot of respect for her. And I know she really liked him. But
I just
I think she dodged a fucking bullet.
Oh, I actually think they might have been a good match, except then he might have seen Madison in Guatemala.
Jackie,
and been
because
like,
the second he saw that he wasn't going to get Madison, like, he was giving major thirsty vibes. Like if he was a girl, we would have been like, ew, thirsty. She wants Instagram. That's him. Ick.
But I just want to say that situation was interesting because it's like if he had chose Madison and then saw Meg on vacation, like he would have been like, ooh, Meg. And even if he chose Meg, like they were the same level of attractiveness. Mm-hmm. And I feel like his head would have been turned no matter what because he just like couldn't make a choice. And
1,000%.
that's like, it's not because one of them is more beautiful than the other. They're actually exactly as beautiful as the other.
So then my personal favorite love triangle was D-Buck, B-Dot, and Virginia.
Okay.
And it was pretty clear to me that Devin liked Brittany more. Maybe we were just seeing more of their conversations, but they really had like such a good friendship and with the basketball connection. And then this date happens where two insane things happen. The first is that she shares that she like is attracted to and like sees women, but she'll never marry a woman, and that's not how she sees her life. Like, but he was like, but you're interested in women? She was like, kind of feel like she was still figuring out her journey, and you could just tell, like, the second he was not into it. Like people have their preferences, and that's just not his. Like, you could tell he stopped liking her in that minute. But B-Dot. But they have a really good friendship. Like, I actually think because they have a really common interest, I think that's more that we were seeing. Like, they were really good buddies. He decides to open up to her about something that he went through. And we watch him tell this story, and we actually watch him say it twice because he also says it to Virginia, the other girl he likes. And the first time I heard it, I was like, I must have missed something because I'm on my phone so much.
Yeah, of course.
The show is so dreadful that when the time came that he starts telling Virginia the story, I put my phone down and I listened completely. And I said, oh my God, no, I did hear that right. And then I also went to Twitter to see if anybody else was talking about it. Now, the story starts, it's kind of a tale as old as time. It was reminding me a lot of Demon Copperhead. He's an athlete. I think he wanted to play professional basketball, maybe go to college, get a scholarship. And when he was in high school, he suffered a really bad back injury. Mm-hmm. And that's literally how it starts in Demon Copperhead. So many young guys and girls in like that region. Like it was giving Demon Copperhead. So he went to all these doctors. Nobody could help him. And so he started to self-medicate, like as a lot of people do. And he's self-medicating and he's having really dark thoughts and he starts taking, 2 Advil and then 4 Advil and then 6 Advil. And I'm waiting for him to say, and then I switch to Percocet and Vicodin. No, then I take 10 Advil a day and then I take 12. And and then a couple months in, I find myself, I'm taking 20 Advil a day. And sorry, he's saying ibuprofen. And I'm like, so you're taking Advil? Like, you're taking Tylenol. Like, that's what you're overdosing
no,
on.
Ibuprofen.
Jackie's telling the story. He's crying. Brittany, when she's hearing the story, choking on her sobs. And I'm like, are you ibuprofen? I'm like, are we talking about Advil? And me and Ben are like looking at each other. We're like, what the fuck? Then he tells the story again to Virginia. And he says, 10, 12, 14 ibuprofen a day. And we're like, is ibuprofen code for something? Or like, are you really trying to tell me you overdosed on Advil? I go on Twitter. People are like, wait, I thought this guy was talking about like Percocet. Jackie, me and Ben are laughing so hard. And then he's like, wait, 20 Advil a day? That's 4 Advil every 5 hours. That's like literally not crazy. Like, it's a lot. Ben's like, I think my dad does that. Like, it's seriously not a big deal. Oh my God. I was reading these tweets, wheezing in my sleep because just people were just like, we all had this general confusion. Like, are you talking about Advil? And using like the generic term for it, ibuprofen, is that a code word for something? Like
No, I feel like if it was like a harder narcotic, he would have said, like, people share that stuff on the show.
Yeah, of course. So your big tragedy is you overdosed on Advil. I was floored, so confused. And then his love triangle really like sifted itself out because once Brittany said like I like girls, that was
The choice
just
was
not
made.
the choice was made, and he ends up with Virginia. And I actually think that they have potential.
Based on what I've seen, I think they've got a shot. Oh, I saw the reveal between
who?
Joey and Monica.
You mean this? Cut to my camera. Squatting. The whole time she's squatting, she's like, "What is it?" She's like, "Wait, what? What?" She must have the strongest legs on the planet.
Was she perpendicular?
The whole time she was like looking at the
time.
floor. She was like the letter L
Even when,
upside down.
when she went back into her room, she's folded
Yep.
over.
No. I actually think she's a really tall girl. I think she's a little self-conscious about her height because she was like wearing little heels.
I'm sorry. Like sometimes the way that people on the show carry themselves, like their gait, even like Chelsea running.
Yeah.
Like her folded over on
me and
the
Ben,
floor. She got down on a knee
Yep.
when he did.
Yep.
Because she's literally on the floor.
But you agree, like I really felt like I could see their personalities matching up in their reveal. They're both weird.
I think they're perfect for each other, except I thought that her physical gesticulations and her presence like was too much. And he probably didn't notice it in the moment, but it's like that's the sort
Maybe
of thing.
like she
that
just
was
needs a minute.
Claudia.
Jackie, you're telling me the squatting.
the folded over. Like he could rest a drink on her back.
Now I need to talk about another couple, and they're definitely my least favorite.
I guess all the other time in the show, like she was always sitting so she
right.
wasn't folding herself.
Yeah, and that just may be how. Like I think a lot of tall girls find themselves making themselves smaller.
It was beyond that. It was they
was
like,
weird.
and also they have like bad posture too.
Mm-hmm. She was just like physically bent
Crawling
over.
on the floor.
Yeah, crawling. Totally. Now, the next
Are people talking about that?
I am. The thing I need to talk about is the girl with the gay sister and the Catholic husband.
I'm not all the way there, but go ahead.
So they get engaged. Her name is Sarah. His name is Ben, and he like they're actually
but not Ben Platt.
no, he's a real Ben. They're probably aren't two people less compatible with one another than these two. And I find that like so many times we find out after a season, like there were actually 5 more engaged couples and we never heard about them. They ended up on the cutting room floor. And like these two were so meant for the cutting room floor. They're so uninteresting. My dad likes steak. Like that's,
That makes really good steak.
and on like the big foundational things, like she thinks organized religion is like the worst thing ever. He is obsessed with his faith.
Oh, it was so weird because he was like downplaying. He was like, "No, I'm not super religious. I believe in God, but like that's kind of about it." And then she's like, "Do you go to church every week?" And he's like, "Yeah."
So
I think that would qualify you as like a religious
You
person.
obviously don't have to be on the same religious level as your partner, but like on huge things, they really don't agree on. She is like this big time social justice warrior. He doesn't give a fuck about anything that goes on in the world. He didn't even vote. Like core things they don't align with. And then their personalities are so different. They literally are not a good couple. I don't know why they got together. I don't know why we're choosing to follow them. They are so meant to end up on the cutting
But you
room
didn't
floor.
follow Leo and Brittany. I'll never fucking
Right.
forgive them for that.
No, and the thing is like her social causes are the most important thing in the world to her. So much so that like I think she goes into the pods knowing she's about to get engaged, and like before he has the opportunity to say it, she's like, I just need to know that like these social causes are important to you. When he's literally said that they're not. Like he didn't even vote, and she's like, I just need to know that you have empathy and that like you agree with me. And he's like, listen, it's not your job to like teach me about these things, but I'm open. It was so cringe. And actually, like, you are not compatible with this person. Like, that's okay. And then we saw their reveal, and it was just like, I don't know why I'm watching these two people. Like, they have no chemistry.
That sounds like my fast forward couple if I want to save time.
Well, the thing is, the true fast forward couple is Taylor and Short King. Daniel,
But they're
except
the drama.
that they're the drama. Now, I haven't gotten to the part where she discovers the thing about Instagram, but they have this conversation that's really weird. And their conversations are so boring. I actually watch them the least. Like I just scroll on my phone. And they're talking about Instagram, and then I started listening because I know that they're the Instagram couple. And he's like, what's your username? And she's like, T.hats or whatever. And he's like, oh yeah, I don't follow you. Nobody asked. And he was like, yeah, because I have like a weird memory. I remember people's usernames and their profile pictures. I'm like, oh, so you're a stalker? And she's like, but you know mine? He's like, no, I don't know it. It was such a weird conversation. And I'm sure if there hadn't been like that social media drama that comes up, it would have been cut. But it is weird.
Do you think it's weird that if he like had seen her and then somehow in the pods pieced together that like she's that girl from Instagram, That really matters?
I have to see. So I still have like 30 minutes left in the final pod episode, and I don't know. I haven't seen that drama yet.
Because
So
to me, I'm not like convinced that this is like a cardinal sin.
me neither. But I need to see. I need to see.
And like,
I need
she just
more.
shares her first name in the pods, really.
Taylor.
So out of everyone who he can't see, a girl named Taylor, how does he know that that's a girl from Instagram? Like I think it's a little far-fetched. That's why I will watch it, because hopefully they make the case as to why this is so crazy.
But I don't think they're so well matched. Like I don't think it'll be hard for them to break up. Like if this is some big scandal or whatever, like it's not the great love that we think it is. The final love triangle is between medical aesthetics Dave and the two girls, Lauren the teacher.
Oh, I haven't seen them in
Molly
a while.
redhead.
I forgot. I haven't seen them yesterday.
So he is like, I had gotten the vibe that Molly was so his number one, and like Lauren like could not stand a chance.
Yeah.
And he tells Molly that she's the number one. And Molly goes back to lounge and like is really excited about it. And like Lauren has such a fucking chip on her shoulder about the fact that she knows who her guy is also seeing. A lot of the girls don't know. The guy side, they don't say a word. Like nobody knows. And the girls are like, you know, chit-chatting it up at night, building forts. It was so stupid they built a fort. And so she just has such a chip on her shoulder that like she knows who the other girl is, and she's like kind of being like a miserable bitch about it, and I actually can't stand her, and it made me start rooting for Molly. And Dave did say, Molly, you're my number one. So I'm like, all right, so break up with Lauren, like put her. So she comes in one day and she's just like had enough, you know, and she gives an ultimatum, and she's being such like, seriously, if that was me, I would run from her. I'm like, she was just giving such Drake Cup, like, well, I heard you told you number one that you're gonna break up with me. And it's like, well, if that's what he said it, and you should like save face and break up with him first. Like she was being so mean when she went in there. But then he's like, wait, no, I didn't say that. Now, he did say that you're his number one. He didn't say he was going to break up with her. Molly went in and was like, he's breaking up with the other girl. He didn't really say that. And he ends up choosing Lauren. I was so confused. He breaks up with Molly, and Molly this whole time has been like cool, calm, collected, being like, listen, I want to be chosen. So I'm giving you the space to figure it out. If it's not me, just like let me know. But I want you to be happy. And so the whole time she's so cool and she's so chill. And she's like,
they're not a good match, the teacher and the cosmetology sales.
I agree. I actually think he's way better suited with Molly.
I don't think he would last with either of them, like actually get married to either of them. But I think he might be happier with his choice for a longer amount of time with Molly, because like Lauren is just like, so he's just like, he seems like a mean guy, and
yeah,
she's like,
and she's soft. She's like very
sensitive, and
yeah.
I think Molly has a bit of a thicker skin that would like she could tolerate him more for a little bit longer, but still they wouldn't work out. So it actually doesn't matter who he chooses.
One thing I really liked,
he's just like not right for this process.
When Devin broke up with Brittany, and she was like, listen, I think the other girl you're seeing is Virginia. I thought she was going to start saying nasty things, because like Lauren was saying nasty things about Molly. The girls are so manipulative. Brittany was like, she's amazing. Like, you're going to love her. It was actually so sweet. It made me like her so much. Like, she went out with such class, being like, you guys are actually really well suited. You're going to be just really happy together, and I'm really happy for you. So I really feel like they were more friends.
That's really, really sweet. Like, I might have just gotten a chill.
Yeah, no, it was really sweet.
I won't admit it.
Especially when you see these other women, like Madison, like trying to be sweet, like, oh, Meg, like they're such bitches, like they really are, and all at the name of being like, I support other women.
No, and a lot of them I see are like kind of using their sexuality, like they're getting their guys like hard to like. That's how I felt about
the golf,
but other things where it's like there's like the sexual, there's like the choice that's like the sensible choice, and then there's like the sexual choice, which I've never really like seen that before. I've seen people, you know, of course, like Megan Fox comes to mind, like that's a way, you know, if I'm not going to decline getting engaged to Megan Fox.
Even when you like say your job, like when Virginia's like, I'm a former NBA dancer, but that is her job. Ben was like, is that cheating? I'm like, no, you think she did that? Like that's attractive, and she did it. So. Yeah. And she's allowed to have had a job.
Like if a guy was like anything, or that was like when someone was a football player last season, and then she like chooses him and meets him, and
he's the kicker.
Like,
yeah, right.
Stop.
So I'm gonna keep watching, loving every minute. Love is Blind. I'll see you guys on Monday. Try and catch up over the weekend so we can be all caught up together.
I will try.
Let's do Queenie and Weenie, our final segment of the week, where Jackie and I like to sort of wrap up the week, put a little bow on things, and give out 2 awards, Queenie of the Week and Weenie of the Week. We'll nominate 2 separate people, somebody who acted like a Weenie this week and somebody who acted like a Queenie this week. It's a 7-day title. It's not that serious. It's supposed to be fun. Like we're all good here. Let's start with Queenie. We'll start on a positive. And Jackie, would you like to go first or second?
I'll go first, because my Queenie of the Week is like more of an abstract concept, and that my Queenie of the Week is the week. Like, is the studios, is the production, is the commute, is the lady who parked my car, is the button that self-parks my car sometimes. Like, just the week in general was so Queenie-like, and I could have chosen any one of those things. but just the ambiance of the week, if we can allow a concept.
You can. Concepts are always welcome at
Okay.
Queenie.
Person, place, or thing.
Mine is similar. It's the studio. Now, I know we just renovated our studios. Like we literally spent every dollar we had to renovate our New York studios. And I never knew that I needed to sit behind a desk before. Like I have had such an amazing time here. I'm so glad. Like I'm gonna come visit you all the time, even though this is probably like my last trip before like I can no longer travel, right?
I guess, but just you're gonna come visit me.
We're not gonna
all the
think
time.
like that. Yeah. And I've had such an amazing time here. I feel like we've made such premium content. I love sitting behind a desk, like for my mental health. It's been so good for me.
Your sunglasses.
My sunglasses, like the aesthetic. Okay, the
so
aesthetics.
it sounds like we're aligned.
Yes, of this
The
week.
week being the Queenie.
Yes,
of the
1000%. It was an amazing week. We had family time. We were so productive. Just really fabulous.
week. Yeah.
Now, my weenie of the week is Bonnie Blue.
Oh, I was gonna the whores. Yeah.
The whores, yeah. Both of them. Because
Both of them,
they
'cause
say
they're
the other
both-
whore's pregnant
and
now.
they both are faking pregnancies right now. Bonnie Blue is not
is
pregnant.
my culture a costume to you?
I actually saw a headline. I didn't click it. That Bonnie Blue faked her pregnancy to raise money for someone else's IVF treatment. And then labiaplasty Lily was faking a pregnancy as a role play for a video of hers.
See, these women are my weenies of the week because they have gotten to a place now where I can't ignore them. And up until this point, like I had seen them peripherally on social media and chosen to ignore them. But now, like they're unignorable. Like it's our jobs, and they're like in
They've
the
broken through.
And that is really fucking annoying. Like that I'm forced to be talked about these people. Like I'm better than this.
That's so funny. We are so aligned. Queenie, the week. Weenie, the whores.
Do you think that's too long for a title? And can you use whores in a title?
You could asterisk the O.
We'll talk about it. We'll
just
chat offline.
We'll workshop.
Now, while we're in our split screen, let's do something we've wanted to do our whole lives.
Okay, and we have a monitor up. Okay, I see I have to pull it back. Pull back. Pull down. You guys, that's how.
No, Jackie, you are doing the same thing you do it in New York, where
Wait,
your
I
hand is
can't-
like angled. You need to push your fingers back towards the TV.
Go.
Your camera's over
Yeah,
there.
Jackie, your camera's there. So,
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
wait, Jackie, turn your fingers towards the TV screen. Relax your fingers a little bit. Turn your fingers a little bit. Okay.
Wait. I'm so glad we're doing this.
My hand hurts.
Wait, no, Claudia, get back here.
Shit. Okay.
Wait, let me organize. Hold on. I'm having a really hard time.
Yeah, it's cramping.
No, I'm just like not. We were closer before. This is crazy.
Turn your chair. That's better. There. I'm here.
Okay, you're
I was
right.
gonna say, Jackie, you said it, and then you come in.
Jackie, twist your. My hand hurts. Can
Hold
we
on,
be done?
I got it.
No, you didn't. You're literally fingers.
Wait, I'm coming in hot.
Okay. I can't do it anymore.
Okay, that is actually really educational to let me know that it's never gonna
It's not
fucking
us,
happen.
yeah.
No, it's never gonna happen. I think I have to give up on my dreams, but my car parks itself. So when
I have
one
carpal
door
tunnel from that.
closes, another one opens. Me too.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for listening to the Toast and Lennon Morning Show. We deliver the fast 5 stories you need to know every Monday to Friday on YouTube. So you're watching us on YouTube. Please don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. We're also available as a podcast anywhere. Oh, it's so embarrassing. You can see the snacks coming out of my purse.
Yummo.
Wherever you listen to podcasts, find us a Toast 5-star review, but a beautiful, stunning, and wickedly talented we are.
Love ya. Bye.